But that's to keep us from the real questions to ask. Because, like I say, it's illusions. So it's like they're gonna throw something. Oh, Kim Kardashian got robbed. Just like they say, the greatest divorce of history was what, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. They said in the century. I'm like, the whole century. As many people have been together, got divorced. This is the divorce of the century. This just, it's like, who is running this bullshit, you know? But we got to look at these medias and who they're controlled by. You know, I remember Killer Mike, he got on some radio show and he said, well, the guy, I guess, working for the radio station told him he can't say anything about Bernie Sanders. And because I guess whoever runs that radio company or companies or whatever, they maybe was supporting Hillary. So the guy sat in the studio of the radio station and made sure Killer Mike didn't say anything about Bernie Sanders. So that's how they're controlling your opinions. They're controlling everything. You think, I tell people all the time, you think you're thinking your own thoughts? You're not thinking your own thoughts. You got parasites inside you that's telling you, I'm hungry right now. Let's go to Checkers. Let's go to McDonald's. Let's go here to KFC. Because the parasite, that ain't you. You wouldn't want that bullshit that you putting inside you. You know, it's just like this. You watching a football game, a basketball game. They don't promote, why don't you get this salad with this arugula and these tomatoes and you know, they say you want some buffalo wings, some pizza. So you see the commercial and you're like, man, I am hungry. No, they thinking for you. So everything alluding to that, they always put stuff out there and they think for you. You know, they think it for you. That's why Hitler was so big on propaganda. And he had books. They had bookstores where they do some books out and they burn the books, you know, because they want to control how you get sick. You know, you could get sick with an ailing disease and they want to be able to control that shit. You know, they want to say, well, we got these prescription drugs and capitalize on it. You know, it's just like certain things. They don't allow certain cures for cancer over here, like European mistletoe. A lot of people don't know, but that cure is like cancer. But they don't allow it over here. It's like, why? You know, we dealing with, that's why I said, you know, we dealing with an enemy. We dealing with a real live enemy. But they put us under this illusion that we're not, you know, like everything is okay. So you think this ain't your enemy because you could go to Starbucks, get on your laptop or go to the movies and we could live somewhat of a life. But we don't know what really living life is. You know what I'm saying? It's deep, man. But yeah, so they gonna throw out the BS to keep us intrigued and, you know, the entertainment. Because this is, they say Universal Studios, universe. This is universe. He made a whole universe aside from God. You know, so he wants you in that universe, in that simulation. God has a simulation, but the devil has one too. Definitely people are looking out for their health more. So eating salads, but it's what type of salad, you know, because a lot of things, I mean, just because it grows out the ground don't mean it's good for you. You know, you got lima beans that tear up the walls in your stomach. You got certain things that can ail you, can actually hurt you that come from the earth. You know, it's just on how to prepare it. We got to be taught how to prepare our foods, because when we was taken from Africa, they didn't take our diet with us. They gave us a diet to have, and we take on to that. So we trying to do better. So we thinking, well, I could get a salad, I could get this. My doctor said I drink some Tropicana orange juice and that's it. I'm good. I got my vitamin C. It's like, nah, it goes way deeper than that, you know. But I feel, yeah, I mean, people could get it, it's a start. You know, they just took out, I believe they took out Dr. Sebi. If you know who that is, Dr. Sebi. This brother, he didn't cure cancer, HIV, diabetes, everything. He was blind and he didn't cure himself of being blind and cured other people from blindness. Like, so, but they still have cancer walks. It's like, why do they have cancer walks and this man could cure cancer? And he fought it in the Supreme Court in the 80s and got off. Like they was trying to persecute him, and he got off, defended himself, and got off. And I've heard that the judge was one of his patients after that, you know. And they just took this brother out on some BS, you know. And it's sad, man. You know, you have that falls into the white supremacy, the Jedi mind trick. You know, he told Michael Jackson all of these great things he could do. Dr. Sebi, that is. He's saying he could cure. So Michael Jackson, I heard Dr. Sebi say this. He told Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor said, you know what this lady said? She said, oh, he should give it away for free. And this is a lady supposedly that gave millions of dollars to the AIDS Foundation, whatever. But this brother, this black man, should give it away for free. It's crazy, you know. But I mean, what is real health? You know, we have to get into that. But yeah, it's a start. I mean, the salad and stuff, you know, it's definitely a start. Where some people we've been eating so bad for so long, you know, it's a start.
So what is real health? Because I know you are a vegan.
No, I'm not vegan.
You're not vegan, you're vegetarian.
Not yet. You know, I say I'm vegetarian.
Okay.
You know, like I say, it got to start somewhere, because I started in 2009. I wasn't eating meat. And so I stopped like June 2009. No land animals. But I was still eating fish. So I got off of fishing about 2013, you know. So they was calling it a pescatarian. I didn't even know what that was. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess so, you know. But I go to the fish grill and places like that. But then I cut that out. So now I'm like on nothing that could look back at me, that has eyes to look back at me. So I feel better. Like, even if I get a cold or something, I don't never get a sore throat. Mm-hmm. Like, so I was like, I ain't going back, you know. But I guess real health is, I'm still finding out. Like, I'm still trying to do better. I'm not the healthiest person, you know what I'm saying? I go on my binges and stuff like that, where I fast and I do different things. But I'm still finding out. I'm lost too. You know, I'm coming into knowledge. I'm just waking up. You know, you had that period where you're waking up. I don't think nobody's fully awoken, you know, not in our where we could look at them and see. I believe it's fully awoken people in the universe, but I don't think that a lot of us are fully awoken yet. All of us are coming into the knowledge and gaining, because there's so much to learn. Mm-hmm. You know, there's so much to learn, especially about health. That's the primary aspect of life, is having good health, because you can have a bunch of money, but if you ain't in good health, man, shit, it don't mean nothing.
So what are, when you say there are so many things we have to learn to be fully awakened, what are just a couple of those things? Like you mentioned health.
Knowledge of self. You know, to be civilized is to know the knowledge and wisdom of the human family of the planet Earth. See, if we knew where we come from, everybody knows where they come from, then the planet would be better, because everybody knows their place. Right now, people are out of pocket, they out of place, they don't know what they're supposed to be doing. You know, a certain image is given to certain people, and they think, oh, well, I'm going to do this. And particularly us as black people, you know, they give an image to the black man. They tell you, boys in the hood, you know, menace to society, but they never tell you who the menace one society was. You know what I'm saying? Where did we get that shit from? So you give a black man, you take the black man's image and then you package it and then you give it to him. So now cats is walking around with their ass showing, and it's like, what part of the game about being a black man is that? So people will come up with all this bullshit, and it comes from the white man, because God didn't make niggas. The nigga is the white man's Frankenstein. So it's like, you come up with all this bullshit, like, oh, I sag my pants because of this. No, you see this and that. Oh no, we still use the N-word. I call you my nigga because of this, X, Y, Z. We have it as in terms of endearment, but it's all bullshit, because nobody else used derogatory terms for terms of endearment in their culture. Why are we so lost? You know, you got to ask yourself that question. You know, it starts with knowledge of self and education. If you take a a polar bear and you give it another animal's diet. You give it a Giselle's diet. You know what I'm saying? And you teach it all the stuff that a Giselle is supposed to do in the history of Giselles, but the polar bear don't never have to learn about himself. Then it's like, is it still a polar bear? You know, you got to ask yourself that question. I went to the zoo, and they were feeding polar bears watermelons. I'm like, do watermelons grow in the North Pole? I'm like, they feed them a watermelon for a treat. And I'm like, okay, wow. They got the polar bears and stuff. But it's crazy, man. So knowledge of self first. Who are you? The original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. That means the black woman too. When you just speak of the man, you speak of the woman as well. So we're supposed to be producing. We're supposed to be the makers, the owners. We're supposed to be doing more than what we are. You can't you can't be that and then still trying to subsist on somebody else and go to them for a job or go to them for employment or go to them for everything. We got to look at ourselves in a better light. That's where it starts, knowledge of self. But we got to get that knowledge in order to do that. If we always learn about other people, oh, George Washington never told a lie and Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves and all this bullshit. And it's like, yo, what are we going to grow up and be? It's easy for me to sell crack to my people or sell something or destroy my community or my people because I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am. But if you teach from a baby, like we have in our lessons, it says, well, why does he fear now since he is a big man? Because the devil taught him to eat the wrong foods. Well, the food that we eat is information. It correlates with how we act. The food that we eat, dog, they say, you are what you eat. Man, that's so true. Like it correlates with who we are as a people and the food that we intake, the physical food, the mental food, so if we are engaged in BS all the time and BS conversations and just BS all in our life, then that's what we're going to become. So having knowledge of self is definitely the key.